Just, well, let's start with this.
You think cocaine?
Exactly.
What have I got to say and do? Oh, where do I start?
Where do I start? The I just watched a video by Dr. John Campbell, and I have watched his videos for, well, pretty much the start. I was aware of this. I was talking about all this before, from another channel, and because they were talking about Ebola, and as soon as this came, it was like that, yeah. But anyway, he just done a video saying, well, he knows all the things that makes the body. He understands all the dysfunction within the body, which he does, and he cares about finding the dysfunction in people. But I don't even know if you can read these. These books are natural remedies. I mean, I'll do another video on faiths, because I don't actually align to any specific faith, even though I wear a cross. So but that's a whole other story. But it's all about these sort of shapes like this. That's three-sided pyramid. You see that? And another one upside down. These shapes are chakras like that, okay? And they're both spinning that create the vortexes. This is what it is, okay? Like that. So if you can imagine this being there spinning with other ones just touching. So as it spins, this edge here can touch that edge there, but other times it will miss it. This is how it all works. And if you understand chakras, energy like Reiki, herbalism, the actual human body's anatomy, emotional agility, the way we think, crystal resonances, these shapes are sacred geometries, knowing these sort of things. Shamanism, there was all worth. If you look at every information that's ever been created, there's a ratio of fact and fiction, or knowledge and deception behind the knowledge. And the doctor's education is, like he said, it's focused on finding dysfunction rather than focused on finding what function is in the body. And when you look at DNA, look at RNA, look at all these things, the exosomes and the way that they and messages, and it's all it's all. Let me have that playing without the. How about that? My Banks has just been cleaning himself. Let's have no volume. Let's see what he's talking about. The yeah, these shapes are very important, and there is a power within crystals that, yeah, they are a benefit to us, but it's not about that. It's about seeing the patterns for what they are, and chakras are all through the body here, like the crown, coronavirus, coronary, like all these sort of things. The crown, corona, crown. It's like it starts here, and when you understand like things like this, link the. It's like a blue crystal is the throat. It represents the throat. So when you look at the throat, like a throat cancer, if you look at the psychosomatic side of it and go back through their psyche as what they think, it'll be like if they don't, if they constantly hold things in and don't speak their mind, then that's a dysfunction here. What it is we have our cord, our spinal cord goes up and down all the way through it, and when it does this, we want it as straight as possible, all the way up. We want it as straight as possible, but what we have is off balance chakras. So if people don't speak their mind, if people are shut down in their what they can speak, if you don't speak up, you're going to get dysfunction here, because the heart, anyone here that cares knows what I'm talking about. They can feel it at the minute. The heart is really kind of kicking in, and if you don't access the heart and act upon it, it's all going to stagnate, and you're just going to sit inside and wither away. This is what it's about. Everyone that stands up, speaks out, stands out in the street and just dances, they will be the ones that save themselves, basically. This is what's happening, and it's always been that same way. And I mean, if I can, I'll probably try and get some more crystals, but I feel crystals are important, and it's like, what is important now? And I think family, friends, interaction, I don't think we should lock ourselves up. I think we should actually, the older generation need to teach the younger generation. I said about the job centre, I actually, when I was down there, I actually said to them, look, when I first went down there, I said about connecting the older generation to the younger generation, because they have a lot of knowledge on cooking, growing, just living life simple, a bit more simple anyway. And it's down to that. They need to teach us, and what is the best way to do that? If they are shut in, then just try. Is there a way that we can encourage people to actually record this? I mean, when you look at it, it is better for an older person to be with a family, and that family they can interact out in the public, but really you want little communities, because we can care after our elderly, we can care after each other. It's very simple, and they've shown that all it is respiratory. Yeah, basically you need good oxygen, and being outside, enjoying yourself gives you good oxygen, and it should be a really, really lovely summer, because we've got no bloody chemtrails, so it's awesome, you know. And there has been a real problem. I mean, it may be like when you look into Morgellons and all this sort of thing, people say about nano and this sort of thing, but it's like, well, when you look into it, it probably is around. It's like, right, just get outside and just enjoy yourselves. Whatever's going on, don't worry about the origin. The best way to beat it is together, is being happy. We do a lot better when we're happy. It's like when you're at work, when you've got the music on and people are singing, it's like the night just goes. In fact, you want it to keep going. But it's a lot better during the day when you're doing it with people. I mean, afternoon drinking's a killer, but yeah, we do what we do, don't we? And I mean, I'm from the UK, and I know what British people are like. There's nothing to queue for now, okay? What are we going to do? Let's just enjoy ourselves. It's like we've actually got an opportunity. Everyone's like, everyone's in their houses. Let's enjoy ourselves. We've got the option. We've fully got the option, and it's right there for us. And I think it's hugely important. Hello, Vest. Manifest. Awesome. But, and Kai Banks. But the point of this video is, and mentioning that doctor, is he said about not knowing the best ways to actually help people, and he doesn't think there's a way to boost the immune system. But there's a very important way you can actually boost the immune system, because the uh, the human body and the genes and the way that they like the T cells work and this sort of thing is, as he says, when you've got a virus, it gets found out, and then they create a defense mechanism to battle it. So uh, increasing your immune system is actually boosting the reception or the connection between your nerves. And it's we have cannabinoid receptors in all sorts of places within our body. Those white cells have cannabinoid receptors. Our brain has cannabinoid receptors, and what those do is, when your nerves are like this and it comes out with a message like that, it gives it a better ability to come back the other way. So when it comes out, it comes back and says, hang on, there's something not right here. So what it is the reason I say about dancing is because it's like the it's like the MC Hammer song, when they're all dancing together. Literally the whole video, they're all dancing together. And it's like that time when you go into a pub and everyone just like looks round because you're different. That's what happens. That's what happens in your body. So everything's dancing, everything's moving, but when a virus comes in, it's like, hang on, no, that's what the chakras do. But what the cannabinoids do is they wrap around, they assist, they're like a net around, or a bubble around these white cells. And what they are is like a boombox on their shoulder, and it's constantly playing music. Everything around them is dancing. That's why we have fun, okay? It enhances the energy that's going on as well. So it's a feedback, forward and back. It's playing the boombox, but it's feeding off what's happening. So it's having a bit of fun. This is what cannabinoids are. They're for having fun, feeling better, but it envelops those protective cells to always be travelling around the body, looking. And if they find anything, they instantly absorb it because they find it. And what it'll do is it'll just be all through the body. And if it comes into a cell within the throat, and I would like to say all these parts are chakra points. They are the endocrine system here, and they all follow the same, like the two lungs. No best. Like you've got two lungs. I don't know what's doing it there, but yeah, you've got two lungs. You've got the kidneys with the things on top, and you've got it's all working the way it should. All of this is coming close, but that is wide, and this is unbalanced. So the straighter you are, the better. But your heart is the center. So as this goes off balance, as you talk wrong or think wrong about your speech, and this are what guides it. So this will be rocking like that, it'll put this out of balance. So what it is, we need to be balanced, and what comes with balance is integration with the community, love. I don't know, from speaking to people, I don't think people are actually able to produce the feeling of love. If you speak to them, they'll say, oh, the birth of my child. It's like, right, replicate that actual feeling, that feeling of love, like that. And we only have one word of love to explain all these different types, but there's a projecting love, and there's compassionate love, And the compassionate love is the one that you've got self-preservation or compassion for others, sacrifice. You know, if anyone wants to help anyone else, it's because they feel it here. They see the the thing is, it's like you can have a child with a lollipop pushed over, scraped knee, the assailant or whoever running away. So you have a choice. How do you feel about that in that moment? You feel compassion at the anger that would rise would be through compassion. What would you do if you could? Obviously, if you had two people there, what would you do then? Because you'd initially want to go straight down and make sure she was all right, because we are compassionate, loving people. Okay, we do love. We would make sure she was all right, but there is another side of us. Okay, there is another side of us where we are that. It just so happens that this little girl that was, or this this child with their lollipop, just so happens they were walking an attacked guard dog. Do you know what I mean? This is the spirit that people need, and this is the sort of thing. Like that's the point. Like we need to establish that this could be quite bad, and there is a worth in people providing for others, for helping others. There is also a major worth in finding just not about blame. It's about showing the businesses, the companies, showing them what they are, because we do it better. Let me tell you, we do it better. I've worked with some of the best engineers. You can't. Yeah, it's impossible to tell you. I've worked with some of the best engineers, some of the best workers. Even the useless ones had a use. You know, I mean, you might. I mean, some of them you could be like you're an absolute dipstick, but they have one good use every time. Do you know what I mean? It's the way it is, and I think we're scared to come out with things sometimes. And your initial like thought is one of humour or one of it very rarely has a negative. It very rarely comes from a negative place. It may come across negatively, but it very rarely. Hello, there's two of them. It very rarely comes across negatively. So the lost my chain of thought seeing them too. But it. Oh, forgotten where I was. Best manifest and oh, terrible. But it's very important to create society the way we want it. They don't know how to do it. They're absolutely useless. Together we can do this. We really can. And like I said, I have worked with some of the best, and I know these systems, and I know the way they work, and it's just not right. Even business and companies are just the whole thing behind giving something a name is almost like giving it rights. And companies have even more rights than us nowadays. So it's like, let's just take away the names of everything. You know, just make it what it is. We don't need money. We we don't need, like, GMO is terrible for us. Horrendous. Terrible. No GMO. Just growing our own food is better as well. We can have no fences, we can really enjoy it. And this is what will bring harmony to our society. That is what will keep people alive. You know, I mean, yeah, I'm not talking about full integration like mass gatherings. I'm talking about like my little bit here has got gardens in between it. Okay, you've probably got about 20 or 30 families. Why can't we just break all those fences down and intermingle between us all? If someone gets it, then we handle it ourselves. You know, this is, I mean, I think this is the best way. And it's just the way it is. Isn't it best? But hello, Clive Banks. But yeah, these are very important. Knowing this stuff is very important. And I say about the cannabinoids is because the it attacks the throat, the lungs, and all of this stuff is uh, tissue. It's on the surface, okay, and it's if your heart is resonating with love and you're active in some way, in a loving way, you know, you'll be alright, and or you stand a lot better chance anyway. And I mean, it's the same with the diet. If you look at a diet, okay, having a full spectrum of colour in your diet of natural food, you'll be just fine. Like if you can find each of those colours and just consume that in one day, your all your vitamins will be fine. For vitamin D, the sun, you actually need to. It's a good thing to look at it with a pretty much closed eyes. You know, get it away from your vision, but you've always got it somewhere in your vision. You know, just so it's just out enough that it's not hurting your eyes. But it's very important to actually pull it in. You know, the sun is there. It's we actually have a connection to it, and it's very important to actually connect to it. I mean, and if you look at it like it was looking down on you, what do you want it to look at the moment? Do you want it to be looking at families having fun in their gardens, or do you want to? It won't see anything. Okay, so let's have a bit of fun together. And for anyone that does feel they're stuck inside, make a video doing what you want. You know, don't think about any copyrights, anything like that. It's become very annoying. And even loading my videos on, it used to be easy. I used to be able to put music on. So YouTube, make it easier, make it really easy, make it so we can access every single song ever written if we want. Put it on there and you will not take them down. That's what we need. That can actually bring us together. If you make the so we can actually find very easily someone around us. You know, if we want to do this, we can do it. Like, can you please become what you were supposed to do? You know, actually be like, yeah, YouTube. I know best, but it's such an important thing. It really is. But I'll leave it there. But the natural remedies, it may come down to that: eating healthy, growing our own food, actually enjoying ourselves, just getting outside. I mean, it's not. If you just regard the floor as dirty, like you would normally, you'll be fine just walking out in the park. You know, as long as you don't go too near to people, you'll be fine. So let's actually integrate and have fun together where possible, because these stagnant airs of these rooms, the people storing stuff, it's fearful. You know, it's let's cut out the fear. I mean, if you're going to sit there hoarding your stuff, just fearful of how much it's going down and how long it's going to go, that's not going to end well. But if you're actually looking at the stuff, thinking, I wonder what I wonder what situation other people are in. You know, it brings out compassion. You know, and it's like, well, what do we do? And I think it actually it needs a bigger voice to all say it at once for us to actually do it. It's incredible. You know, it's incredibly difficult. But I wish everyone in my town would just come on and just go, yeah, let's do it. Or everyone, I should go house to house. Yeah, do you see what I'm saying? We should all do this. Or just, I don't know any of my neighbours, really. Well, I've spoke to pretty much just everyone in the whole bloody place. But yeah, who knows? But yeah, I'll leave it there. Manifestation. Ow. Oh, look at this. You like this? There you go.